Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Rotten John, and this is episode 2 of the new Beginner's Guide. So we're going to start off today by getting our Relic Hunter Slave Taker thrall off of the wheel. And we're going to feed him some gruel in hopes of getting his strength and vitality perks leveled up a little bit. And usually while I'm in this area waiting for my thrall to come off the wheel, I'll run through Seppermaru City and loot all of the chests that are around the city. Because you can find Relic Hunter armor in them. It's not the best, but it is a little better than the rough pants, rough shirts that your thralls come off the wheel with. Alright, so now we're going to get to work on leveling up our thrall. We're just going to stay right around this area, kill a bunch of the shalebacks, maybe go into the city and find some of the NPCs that are kind of out by themselves so that we don't get the aggro of too many NPCs in there. We just want to get a few levels on our thrall so that when we go up north to the mounds area, it's not a totally weak thrall. We're also going to go into the beginning part of the wine cellar dungeon and fight Seth in hopes of getting another Seth's truncheon so that our thrall has a truncheon to help us knock out a berserker when we get up to the mounds area. And we can always stockpile a bunch of meat for food for our journey while we're killing these shalebacks through here. This time around it took 5 trips into the starting area of the wine cellar dungeon and killing Seth to actually get another Seth's truncheon for our thrall. But getting a steel truncheon right off the bat makes life so much easier if you're going to try to knock out any named thralls or berserkers with your regular little plant fiber truncheon. It's going to take you forever and you're probably going to end up dying a lot. Now, coming back through the city of Seppermaru here, I came across this thrall. It's Anora Steelfingers, and she's one of the newer thralls added in from the last big update, the economics update. You can tell she's one of the newer thralls because they're so much bigger than any of the other thralls. So we're going to bring our Relic Hunter back over, have him help us kill off all the other NPCs in the area. We don't want to just go bonking Anora Steelfingers on the head and getting the aggro of all the other thralls in here. So we'll take them out before we come back to knock her out. We're going to make sure we're all healed up good, ready to go for this fight. Normally I don't worry about getting workbench thralls at this point in the game, but Anora Steelfingers is just too good to pass up right now. I believe she is one of the thralls that when you put them on a tinkerer's bench, she can make the legendary weapon repair kits. So once we get her knocked out, we'll get her on the wheel, and then we'll start doing some more farming so that we can get enough material to make another Wheel of Pain. That way we can take one up to the mounds area, and we don't have to drag our berserker all the way back here with our crude plant fiber bindings, which will probably break 3 or 4 times before we got back here with them. So yeah, let's do some farming, kind of Gundam style. Okay, so here we are just about up to the mounds area. We have our relic hunter slave taker thrall following us up here, and he is carrying our second wheel of pain that we'll use to break the berserker thrall when we knock one out. You have to be a little careful through these areas. There are a few spots where a lot of these wights hang out. They're pretty tough, and so far we haven't made any weapons to really fight anything yet. However, once we get a berserker thrall, we probably will fight some of them up here because they do give off really good experience points. Now over in the central area of the mounds, you'll find a camp here. And in this camp there is a guy named Braga. He's a friendly, neutral NPC. You can talk to him and he'll tell you the story of the Sumerian tribe that lives in this area. You can come up here and listen to the whole story anytime you want. Just off to the side of Braga's little camp there, let me get my bearings straight here. Yeah, just over here to the side of Braga is this little mound of rocks or whatever sticking up out of the water. There's a journal there that teaches you the spit emote. So now you can spit on your enemies as you crush them, I guess. I know, it sounds kind of gross, but why not? Then following along the outer edge of this wall here, come up to this spot here. I'll show you on the map. This is where you're going to find a guaranteed berserker spawn all the time. It'll always be there unless someone else beats you to it. Sometimes it'll catch aggro on the wights that are up above it, and it may leave the area, but it's a guaranteed spawn there. So we're going to work our way around to the other side of it. We're going to place our wheel of pain. We're going to throw down a bedroll. Do not forget your bedroll. These guys can pretty much kill you with a single heavy attack. I'm going to leave my thrall back by the wheel for the first part of this. I'm going to come and conk this guy on the head a few times, and then have him follow me back to where I have my thrall guarding, and I'll have the thrall follow me then, so it'll jump in and help me knock this guy out. Sometimes if you start right off the bat with your thrall helping you knock out these berserkers, you're going to end up with a dead thrall. Just depends on what level you've gotten your thrall up to. I believe this one's only level 4 or 5 now. You can see our thrall's only taken a few hits so far, and he's close to half of his health being gone. So we're going to jump in and help him knock out this berserker. And you'll see here, the berserker hits me with a couple of light attacks. You'll see just how much damage they do with a light attack. More than 3/4 of my health were gone right from those 2 attacks from the berserker. So anyways, we've got him knocked out. We're going to get him put on our wheel of pain now, and then we're going to head back down to the Sepper Maru area while this guy sits and kind of cooks on our wheel. However, before we get down to Sepper Maru, just want to remind you to come back just off to the center of the mounds area. Climb up this plateau that has all of the purple haze floating around it, and attune your bracelet to it so that once you get a map room made, you can fast travel back to this spot also. And somewhere along the edge of this plateau, you're going to find another journal up here. It's pretty hard to find with all of this purple haze floating around. But once you find it, you click on it, and it's going to teach you the Specialist 2 cooking recipe. Like I said, it's kind of a challenge to find in this purple haze here. So okay, we're going to head back down the Sepamaru area and end this episode here. When we come back, we'll be taking the berserker off of our wheel, and that's when the fun's really going to start. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode.